Hello, everybody, and welcome to a reaction video to Ubisoft Forward from MinnMax. I'm Ben Hansen. I'm joined by Ana Diaz.
Hello.
Welcome. This is a live reaction, and MinnMax, if you're not familiar, is a Patreon about games, friends, and getting better. Ana, we're looking at the big Ubisoft Forward event here, and it seems like some things have leaked, but this thing, I think, is going to be an hour long, and I don't really have a good idea of what they're going to show. Is there anything you're looking forward to? Anything you're expecting here?
I mean, no, not really. Like, usually I'm more sort of in tune with the Nintendo beat, so
yeah,
I'm excited to just sort of be here and be surprised. Yeah, and just sort of see what they bring to the table today.
Yeah, it's nice, you know? It's like, it feels like we're kind of still in that E3 season somehow. You think we'd be out of the reaction videos, but there's just a lingering Ubisoft Forward. Since we don't know when the next big stream from, you know, first-party console manufacturers is happening, it's nice that there's still something here that feels a little bit E3-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, is this like, can we say that this is like the last? They're really going in on that Uno. Could we say that this is like the last, like sort of E3, big like E3 sort of event?
I mean, unless you count, maybe there's going to be a PlayStation State of Play where they announce, you know, the release date and prices and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
Like, but those should have happened around that E3 time frame, so I guess,
yeah.
I guess that'll kind of count, but from third party, I think this is probably it. I mean, here in Minnesota, the leaves are starting to change. We're all bundled up. We're freezing to death already. So I think it's time to just sit down and enjoy the games we have and stop looking forward to new announcements. I guess. But, I mean, there's also that weird thing about Microsoft. You know, they said that they were originally planning on revealing the Xbox stuff next week. And so maybe they still have something planned for next week, some sort of,
yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe we'll get another launch title.
One more launch title for the Xbox?
Yeah.
That could be.
I doubt it. But...
Yeah, I think they'll probably stick with their Gears Tactics, which it makes sense that that's going to be a launch title, and it'll be interesting, and Tetris Effect Connected, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. I think still kind of in disbelief of that as like one of the main, being one of the main launch titles.
I know, it's so surreal, but hey, 4 generations of games available on this console. Here we go.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
really enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
Hello everybody in the chat, by the way. Thank you for being here. Fleming Queso, Max Johnner, Jordan Norell, Edgar Vasquez. Oh, friend of the show. William Garcia. Rowlett, I'm a biggie boy, of course. Thank you for being here. And IanTClark, I'm sorry I'm not pronouncing your name better, but thanks for being here, everybody. Turn the video up, voice is too loud. Thank you for bringing that up. Let's do it. Something like this? Does that work for you? That seems loud, but that's probably a good level for actually trying to digest what's happening in the video. So, Prince of Persia Remake seems at a 99% lock here. I'm very curious to see how that happens. Whenever it is revealed, Kyle Hilliard, his hair is going to stand on end. He's going to be very, very into it, so that should be fun.
His sixth sense will activate. He'll just know.
Oh, he'll know all right. Mac Dak, thrilled to watch this while I do my cardio of weights. Oh.
Oh, nice.
Regular Better Quest goal over there. Very impressive. All right, let us know if you want us to change the volume at any point, but otherwise we got a show to watch here, folks.
This is Ubisoft.
Oh yeah, rumblings of maybe Scott Pilgrim news. That's gonna be super fun if they bring that game back in some way.
See the games.
Join us. Thanks for being here, Jeff.
Welcome back to Ubisoft Forward. I'm Yusuf.
I'm Neela. Today's show will reveal new games.
Do you like the comic book panel presentation
from our development teams and share some exciting updates on projects you've been waiting
feels
for.
like a little busy.
Let's get started with a game you've been waiting to hear.
A little
more
critical
about
out of the
since
gate?
teased
Okay.
Last year, the gods of ancient Greece need a hero, and it's time to answer the call.
This is the revamped Gods and Monsters. I was so looking forward to this game when it was supposed to come out this year, so I'm curious. Hopefully they didn't change it too much from what we saw.
Our divine powers sealed away. Even the gods need a hero.
mythology and James Brown. This is my exact cup of tea. Huh.
Yeah, it does sort of have like a really strong Fortnite feel.
Yeah.
Look to it.
Whereas originally everyone was like, oh, it looks like Breath of the Wild. And now it's like, well, a little more on the Fortnite end of the spectrum there.
I mean, I like this overall look. Like,
oh, for sure.
I'm not going to complain. It looks really pretty. The music does not provide. I think it could just be the trailer.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this won't be the vibe of the show. Oh,
God, the entire soundtrack from James Brown's discography. Alright, very Goku move there with the hands up like that. How strange.
I wonder which monster this is supposed to be. Like,
Well, that's Medusa. I think.
Medusa?
That was, yeah.
Oh.
It's interesting. It's like a Wonder Woman 1984 reveal of having the wings there.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like Daenerys Targaryen type.
Yeah.
It's that scene that.
What? Holy cow! Still
Oh.
coming this year.
My name is
That's
Fels,
amazing.
and I'm the
There
game
you
director
go.
on Immortals Fenyx Rising.
Wait, he's the
I
game.
hope you
He
enjoyed
just
our reveal
directed
video.
Odyssey. That's
I'm sure you
absurd.
noticed a lot of new things since we first teased the game, including a new name.
God, that team turns it around.
Extra production time has allowed us to
Okay,
expand our
I
vision
feel bad, but I
and
want to read
explore
that
new
as like
opportunities beyond our
Fenyx
initial plans.
Rising. Is
We
it
felt the name
Fenyx?
Immortals Fenyx Rising better
Yeah,
reflected
okay.
its new experience.
You can call it Fanks. A lot of cool kids are
Fanks.
calling it
We're
Fanks.
incredibly excited
Why?
to give you the first in-depth look at our
Is that like
world,
a Greek
hero,
thing?
and game.
Phoenix?
Let's dive
I think
in.
it's a weird spelling of Phoenix, yeah.
So,
Immortals Fenyx Rising is a third-person, open-world action-adventure game set in the fantastical landscape
that
of
looks
Greek
great.
mythology.
Yeah.
that looks beautiful.
You'll play as Fenyx.
Could use more
a Greek
James Brown,
warrior
but I think it looks
shipwrecked
pretty
on
good.
the mysterious Golden Isle. Upon your arrival, you'll meet Hermes, one of the few remaining gods of Olympus.
Yeah, Gods and
Hermes
Monsters was such a
heard
better
of
name. You're right,
prophecy
Max
that
Janner.
only you can save the Greek gods and reclaim
That's so
their
Breath of the
realm
Wild.
from Typhon, the deadliest titan in mythology. This entire epic story
This
will
is
be
the
narrated by the
Fortnite
titan
Breath of the
Prometheus
Wild
and Zeus, the king of the
combo
gods,
you've been waiting
adding
for.
a unique commentary and perspective to this legendary tale. Before embarking on this perilous journey, you'll get to create your own Phoenix. And as you progress,
This looks
you'll
delightful.
find even
I
more
can't believe this is
opportunities
coming
to
out this year.
customize
That's
your
so
character
awesome.
Yeah,
by
I'm
discovering
surprised.
legendary
I
weapons, unique
I
pieces
am
of gear and cosmetics,
always preparing
and
myself
earning
for
the gods'
delays,
blessings
Yeah.
which I'm
and
like,
mythical
okay,
abilities that can
backlog
turn
time,
the tide of
but
battle.
I guess like Ubisoft released Far Cry 3, I remember in December.
You'll
Like they
need
like
all the
hitting
help
that.
you can
Oh my
get to
God, are you
save the
kidding me?
gods and defeat
yeah, that is
Typhon once and
literally
for all.
Breath of the Wild.
That was accidentally
Even
a shot.
Like the
On your
font and
journey
like
to save the
the,
gods, you'll grow stronger and achieve
yeah, that too. The
new,
blue,
incredible
the blue
things,
teleporting
like
thing.
gliding
Yeah.
with the wings of Daedalus, to jump higher, fight while airborne, and glide freely in the open
Come
world.
on. Good
Facing off
times.
against dangerous
You're not
mythical beasts
gliding down,
like the
you're
giant cyclops,
flying.
flying
That's right,
harpies,
flying with style.
and huge multi-armed hecatoncheires.
Hecatoncheires.
Harnessing the power of the gods to master a tactical and fast-paced, over-the-top combat system.
Yeah, gliding
and
is
solving
Breath of the
puzzles
Wild.
and challenges scattered
It looked
throughout
like
the
they were
world
flying a
to
bit,
help
but-
improve your powers.
Oh, like puzzles too.
Wow.
You'll also get to explore an epic, vibrant, and
People are digging it in the
stylized
chat.
open world filled with secrets, puzzles, and stories rooted in Greek mythology.
I mean, I would play it and I would enjoy
Once
it
a peaceful
a
home
lot.
to the gods
Yes.
of Olympus, the Golden Isle is now overrun by creatures of the underworld. To stand a chance against Typhon and his minions, you'll need to explore this mysterious land and become a mythical hero yourself.
I believe I
Honestly, I
can do
do kind of wonder if
The
this will
world is
steal
divided
like
in multiple regions,
Breath of the Wild
all ruled by a
type.
different god in need of
Oh,
your help.
for the
people are
sequel?
like, if
From the
it's
lush landscapes
you
of
know,
Aphrodite's plains to the
sort of
mechanical world of
scratches that
Hephaestus'
itch.
Forge.
Yeah,
Each
I wonder.
region is packed with challenging battles.
It's gonna eat
ancient
Hyrule
puzzles,
Warriors
and
Age of
secrets
Calamity's
to
lunch.
uncover.
Well, maybe not
You'll have the
that,
freedom
but
to
like
explore
whenever
this
Breath of the Wild
entire
2
open
finally
world
does.
as
Right.
you wish, right from the beginning of your journey. Finally, stay with us for the post-show, where you'll get a look at new gameplay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm curious to see
I
how
hope
this
you enjoyed what you
plays.
saw today. We can't wait for you to play Immortals Fenyx Rising.
This guy was
There's a
a
lot more to show before launch.
lead
so keep
designer
an eye out
on
for
Saints
further
Row.
updates.
I met him
See
on
you
the
all
Saints
on
Row
December
3
3rd.
cover story trip with Game Informer, so it's funny
I'm
to see
so
this
excited
compared
play
to
this
Saints
game. It's
Row. Like, what
world
a
I
weird
just
jump.
can't wait to explore. Hi, I'm Phil Harrison. We're looking forward to Immortals Fenyx Rising coming to Stadia on December 3rd. We're also excited to announce that all Stadia players will get a chance to try Immortals Fenyx Rising with a free playable demo before launch that is exclusive to Stadia.
Yeah,
All
exclusive,
you'll
that's
need
interesting.
is a Gmail account. With just a single click, you'll be able to add the demo to your Stadia library and instantly join Fenyx on her quest.
You'd never
to
guess,
save
Anna,
Greek
but the
gods.
chat is skeptical about
Created
Stadia.
specifically for this Stadia demo, Ubisoft have developed an
Stadia is
entirely
still a
unique
thing.
island for you to experience. We
Guess
hope
so.
you'll love it. The
Is
exclusive
this
Stadia
have they
demo
had
of
has Stadia had an
Immortals Fenyx
exclusive? I
Rising
feel like
will
they
be
had
playable
one
later
at
this
one
year
point
in
for like
all
a
They
region.
have,
where
yeah.
Stadia
Kyle
is
played it.
launch.
It's like a
Thank
stealth
you to Eve
thingy.
Mo and the entire
Oh, I think it's just like
Ubisoft
Orcs Must
studio
Die
for your
3
partnership
that
in
also was
bringing
a
amazing
exclusive.
experiences to Stadia.
The use of Zeus and Prometheus as the narrators in Immortals
So
Fenyx
nice.
Rising led to a unique style of storytelling.
Here's Michelle
What
Ford
is it?
to tell us more.
No, my cat just went for the mic.
My name is Michelle Gould.
Talking to
I'm
grab
very
it.
interested in what I'm
on
doing right
Immortals
now.
Fenyx Rising. I think the number one thing that I love about my job is the sense of pride that I get for delivering a scene. Our job is consistent with someone who is actually directing. We get to direct where we're shooting, what lens we're using.
Henrik says
and
Orcs
what's
Must Die
happening
3
in
and
the
need a
scene.
Stadia. I don't know if you're being
Immortals
sarcastic,
Fenyx
but I
Rising,
love robots
it's
so
a
much that
very
I do love
narrative-driven
Orcs
game,
Must Die.
But it's also very lighthearted and stylized and very comedic. And I feel like that's where
Comedic.
we get to shine
Comedic.
as cinematic designers.
So like Fortnite's humor?
One of the
You
best
gotta stop
example I
saying
have actually for
Fortnite,
this is
Anna.
Sorry,
Prometheus
sorry.
Are bickering because
Is the chat
Zeus is
okay?
very,
How
very
many
much
Fortnites
bored
do I
about
get
the
left?
Prometheus
Oh
stories,
yeah,
so
people
he decides
are
to spawn some
dropping like
monsters,
flies every time you mention
and then they
Fortnite.
just kind of appear in
Somebody
the
has an
world.
aneurysm.
And then the character sees, so we just kind of crouch zooms on them because we were trying to hit
Oh,
comedic
X
timing.
he said for the Patreon. It's the first patron I've ever subbed
So
to.
there's
Thank you so
little
much,
moments,
X.
the
Let us
kind
know
of
what
like
tier, and you can check out the
lightheartedness
benefits in there.
and part of the game that we really like to showcase. Ubisoft really likes to tell stories, and I think that's how you get the players to really be engrossed within a world. We want to make
That
them
silent
feel
protagonist,
something.
kind of over
Even if
animated.
it's just a laugh or a chuckle, I think
silly.
we did our job.
Keep an eye out for further updates on Immortals Fenyx Rising before it launches this December 3rd.
I assume on next gen as
Now,
well.
It's time to revisit a
Did they
dear
say
friend.
Oh, here we go. Prince of Persia.
Let's
Most
like
people think time is like a river.
Kyle.
Kyle's
It
waking
flows
up out of the
swift
bed
and
like, don't
sure
wake
in
daddy.
any direction. But I have seen the face of time. And I can tell you,
Thanks so much, X, for 7.
they are wrong.
Huh.
Inside the hourglass is a marvel no living man.
I love just calling it remake. It's a very taking the cue from Final Fantasy 7, but like, just make it very clear.
I mean, yeah, I think that that's a good way to do it. So then people, you know,
Yeah.
they're like, is this a port? Is this a sequel? What's going on?
People seem skeptical about the visuals. It doesn't look great. The faces are a
Come
little
with me
bit
then.
wonky.
But I warn you, I move pretty fast. You'd better keep up.
How literal of a remake is this going to be, you think?
I don't know. I've never played Prince of Persia,
I actually haven't either. Not this
so
one.
I don't even gameplay wise. I don't know what to look for.
Sure.
but I mean it's a remake, so maybe they'll just update some systems. And
Yeah, and so they already remastered it, so I'd imagine just. I wonder if it's just like new textures and stuff, but the reason it kind of looks a little bit wonky is.
You are brave
Well,
and good.
well, maybe it is from the ground up. I don't know. I wonder if it's coming out on Switch. That would save the visuals. And I think they said it was, wasn't it? Or the leak did? Oh, hang on.
It didn't say. I didn't see the Switch logo on the bottom.
Ubisoft wasn't on there.
Past 13 years. Anu is the senior producer of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake.
No Switch. Interesting. I could have sworn it was leaked with the Switch stuff, though, wasn't it?
I think we talked about that with Kyle.
Yeah.
Like that was the whole thing. Was it was
Original
listed.
Prince of Persia, you know, people love this game. It has put a mark in everyone's heart. And now what we are going to do is we are going to bring it back. Because still people have that nostalgic feeling. People want to play that game.
Chat, did they say which studio is doing this? I missed that part.
It's an Ubisoft, Pune and Bombay.
Oh, there we go.
actually love to work on this game
Thank you for
because we
listening.
can show everyone, you know, what India is. It's something which comes directly from our heart. So, you know, the main game which was made back then, the main essence is there. All the characters are there. You have your prince, who's very iconic, who was in this game. You have the princess, Farah. And let's not, you have a Wazir, who is the main villain in this game with all the sand creatures, you know. It just, we have given
Yeah, they are emphasizing the alpha footage, as Eric Hunt in the chat is also
The
stressing
voice
here.
which we are using for the prince is Yuri, the same voice which was back then.
Oh, wow.
You know, it
He was
just
also the
put
voice of
goosebumps on our
Spider-Man.
hands also when we
The
heard
PS4
him,
version.
because it's something which brings back to us that nostalgic feeling.
How did you...
Some people say time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction.
17 years later, but you know, the main good thing is his voice hasn't changed at all. I don't know how he do it, but it's the same.
We all love Yuri.
Being able to work on the Prince of Persia is a huge honor because I think it's a beloved game. We respected the original design, we respected the storyline, we respected the characters, we just enhanced everything in the game.
Anna, will
camera,
this make fans happy? Or is it going to be one of those things of like, it's not the remake we wanted the 7 treatment?
We implemented a targeted system.
I think
which actually
people are
enhanced
starting
the
to splinter
velocity of
over
the
what they look
prince
for in
and his
remakes.
abilities
Yeah.
to do amazing
and so it sort of
performance and amazing
depends,
moves.
like,
We use the latest
if you're looking
technology
more
as
for like
well
a
as the motion
preservation of
capture
the
to
experience,
bring
or if you
realism
want
and to
something
bring
that's gonna
logic
like
and sense
update it and refresh it.
And this kind of feels like somewhere in the middle. It's kind of that uncomfortable middle of like, yeah, we're remaking it, but it's not exactly, you know, a Crash Bandicoot remake or something here.
Yeah, it seems like the biggest change is just
It's a beautiful
refreshing
story.
the visuals.
We are very, very excited to give you this experience.
Because they're preserving
Prince
the
of
story
Persia:
and
Sands of
everything
Time
else.
remake releases January 2021 on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
It's
Not
time to head
next
over
gen.
to the
What an
virtual
odd
city
thing.
of Neo Arcadia, where an intense and fast-paced battle rages on.
That's a weird window, but I guess, you know, generational divides mean less here.
Money.
I've never felt like that in a VR game before, but I think I like it.
Yeah.
Ja, nu wel.
Season 1?
Is this season 1 of
Why can't I
what's
remember
it
the name of this
called?
game?
Yeah, I
Hyperscape.
can't either.
Okay, Hyperscape.
I
Jessica.
literally talked about it. Hyperscape?
Yeah, I played it and I still could not remember the name of it. Okay, so they must be gearing up for season 2 here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll announce like new characters.
Yeah, it seems like people are really hyped about Spellbreak. We did a great Goaty Hunt stream. It's on our YouTube channel, that new kind of wizard-based battle royale. It seems like there's a couple of battle royales that have kind of caught an enthusiasm wave since Hyperscape. And Hyperscape, I assume there's some people playing it. Let us know in the chat if you're playing it and what you think about it. But seems like it's not catching fire here. Although these clips, people are having fun. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, I thought Hyperscape was really fun, like the platforming elements.
Yeah.
It does move really
One
fast.
big focus for the Hyperscape dev
Super
team
Nintendo
is to
says it
regularly
has
add
1,000
gameplay
viewers
content
right
and
now on
features,
Twitch, so
keeping the game
not
new
doing
and
great.
fresh week after week.
Yeah. Oh, and Hyperscape was the one that was supposed to be optimized for streaming.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Yeah, they can't win on Twitch.
But that's an idea I don't want game developers to lose sight of. I'd like to. I think it would be cool to have audience participation, but
Yeah, and more games. You like that Twitch stuff?
yeah. But maybe Twitch Plays Pokemon has already got the goal for that.
Right, right. Thank you, Derek and Brendan, for supporting us on Patreon. We appreciate it. And Matt McGregor and Ryan Scott Lewis. And, of course, X, we mentioned before. Thanks so much, folks.
This next one is for the fans.
Uh-oh. That's us. Oh, Beyond Good and Evil 2?
If they announce Beyond Good and Evil 2,
well, I mean, they already announced it, but it's just showing more.
Yeah.
A distant vibration.
But if we get more info.
It's a surge.
Wait.
What is this?
Oh, maybe this is like some new service.
It's nothing you could have predicted, but everything you believed in.
It has the vibe of Beyond Good and Evil 2, but it's just live action footage. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Everything you have achieved. It's nothing you could have trained for.
Is this a sports pack game?
I don't know what it would be from Ubisoft.
Or it's just like
everything you always needed.
a game's subscription, something.
It's everything you achieved.
Maybe they're rebranding their cloud.
It's everything you accomplished. Everything you cheered for. It's in every strategy planned. In every inch you gained. It's more than
Rainbow Six Quarantine? What is this? Okay.
We've seen streaming, we've seen gameplay, we've seen a bunch of sports references.
It's just about like Rainbow Six Siege esports? Is that what we're looking at here?
Share every moment. Share every action. Share every emotion. Share every struggle.
What the hell's going on?
Share every struggle.
All right, we'll share. Just leave us alone. Is it announcing like a new league for Rainbow Six, maybe?
Your country. Share the unforgettable.
It's
okay.
What?
So announcing a World Cup.
Okay.
Today we are proud to have more than 60 million players on Rainbow Six Siege.
Can they use that name, World Cup?
Seems it was the right moment to
It's not the FIFA World
competition.
Cup. So.
We are working on esport for the last 5 years when we define a professional
Henrik said it felt like a Coke commercial. Yeah, Don Draper came up with it. I hope you like it.
Layer of competition of our esport ecosystem. It will be the first time we have a country-based competition for our esport title. In the Rainbow Six
I do
World
like
Cup,
the regional
we have
stuff.
20 teams participating to
and
the
Leo
main
can
event,
represent
but
Minnesota.
more
That'll be
than
great.
45 countries will participate to the qualifier. For such a special occasion, we are very happy to introduce Tony Parker, our ambassador for the Rainbow Six World Cup. I'm very proud to be with Tony Parker today. So you will be the ambassador of our first Rainbow Six
basketball
World Cup.
champion.
Yes.
There's the rumor in the streets.
So you are part
Do people know who this fella is?
Thinking about the World
Do you know who he
Cup.
is, Anna?
You will meet the players.
I assume he's a big deal.
First of all, I'm very happy, very excited.
Yeah,
about the
I mean, he was
opportunity to be
MVP.
an ambassador of the Rainbow
People say
Six
he's
for the
great.
first
San
Rainbow
Antonio
Six, World
Spurs
Cup.
point guard. Come on.
Thanks for choosing
Let me
me.
guess, so you
I'm
can't
excited
go
to meet
bad
all
me.
the players and explain to them how special it is to play for your country.
So
It's
just
very
to be
different
clear,
than
everybody knows who
like,
Tony
when you
Parker
go to your
is, except for
country
me.
and you listen to
But there's
the
one
national
person who
anthem
didn't.
and
Okay.
You have the goosebumps and you know it's a great honor.
These guys, they play for organizations that don't play for their country yet.
He was married to Ava
for them, it will be
Longoria.
something
To
completely
be honest, I could
different.
not pick Ava
It will be
Longoria
the
out of a
first time
lineup.
they
I
will
know
not
the name
play
because
with
it's
their
fun to say,
teammates.
but I have no
They're
idea who
playing,
that is
usually.
either. I'm very
What would be
uncool.
your advice?
Enjoy yourself because it's a unique experience to play in an international competition.
So Ubisoft
And
has
then
Trey
there's all the
Parker
pressure
and
around
Tony
it,
Parker
you know,
now.
Because when you play
Really
for your
making the
country, a lot
rounds.
of pride comes in, and
So they
it's
get
gonna
all
be
the
a whole
Parkers.
new competition. But I'm sure
if they can feel what I felt, you know, they will love the experience.
Look, to be honest, if he wasn't in Space Jam or Last Dance, I'm not going to know this basketball player. I'm sorry.
I think it can be big, you know, for the future of the game. I think it's just a huge opportunity, you know. And
a hard time to announce a physical event.
I know. Especially for spring 2021, I think that's ambitious.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe if it's in like not the US, you know, Ubisoft's pretty global, so
we're not done just yet with Rainbow. A new season is starting tonight. So let's see what the team has planned.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Leroy, creative director on Rainbow Six Siege. The Rainbow Six World Cup is going to be exciting and bringing
do you like the sound of a French accent
from
on
countries all over the world in summer 2021. But for now, let's focus on what is happening in the game right now.
What about you?
A couple of years
I'm gonna
ago,
go with yes.
we made the commitment to be live for
every once in a while a word will catch me and it's like, okay, that's right. I think I've just at Game Informer where I visited Ubisoft so many times in Montreal and like editing video interviews with some people that it was a little tough to hear what they were saying in English, you know. It's like, so I'm kind of trained to be like sensitive when it's just a little bit little too French, you know, for the English speakers to understand. Other than that, yes, it's all great.
Sam Fisher, our call sign Zero in Siege, is bringing his combat experience and training into the game. We are a huge fan of Sam, and we wanted to show you how
I'm sorry, Anna. Apparently there's a mouse cursor on your face. I didn't think it was showing up, but apparently it is.
Oh, wait, that's not me. That's on you.
Yep, I'll just hover it over your face every once in a while. Sorry.
Do bunny ears.
The nanobots should help, but you'll pay for it tomorrow.
I like Russian, I think, more.
Harry says you're here to whip us into shape.
French. Sorry.
All right. Number one accent? You're going Russian?
I don't know. I think it's fun. But I'm not very good at it, so maybe that's why I like it, because I can't do it. This is cool. I like this.
Yeah. There you go. Who needs a new Splinter Cell? You got the sweet Splinter Cell anime here.
Right?
Eric Hunt says obligatory watch later plug. Yeah, Leo Vader made a video all about the journey of Sam Fisher since the last Splinter Cell game and the unfortunate detours and stuff. You can find that on our YouTube channel, and it's very funny, so check it out.
Oryx! What's your seed breath?
I am confused because Sam Fisher was already announced for Rainbow Six, right?
He's already in there.
Yeah, he's like there. Yeah, like you can play as him. So.
I think it's out now. I know Leo got like early access to it.
Yeah, it's out. I feel like Leo talked about this.
Yeah.
I need to do a better job of remembering things that I've explicitly looked up.
So I guess he's just in the test server right now, but he's not live. So maybe this is the distinction here. There we go.
The new season is live right now.
You got it.
And we're excited to get your feedback on Zero and the rest of features coming out. Before I go, we also wanted to share some more good news for our players. As you know, this year is special, since the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are coming out.
What?
Today, we want to announce that we are going to bring you the best Siege experience on console in 2020, with up to 4K and 120 FPS by the end of the year. And best of all, current console players will all get this update for free once they upgrade to the next-gen platform of the same family.
Keep that trend rolling, publishers. Great to hear.
We're in this for the long run, and we have plans for years to come. Thank you.
Now it's time for a sneak peek at another fan favorite making its return.
Oh.
Crash?
What are you? Rayman? No, 10 years. Oh, Scott Pilgrim!
Oh. Yes!
You think it's just a port? I think it's just a port. Well, they figured out the music rights or whatever made them delisted, apparently. That's super exciting. Scott Pilgrim's so good, I just assume everybody's a fan. Like anybody that shares an interest, it's like, I assume that you're a fan, Anna. I have never talked to you about it, but I assume you're on board for this.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
yeah. I feel like it is like very universally beloved. Like, there's some really liked games that for whatever reason you wouldn't think they're polarizing, but they are. But this is just like, everyone loves Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. That's super fun. Holiday 2020.
Oh, cool.
Not? Oh, wait, no, it was on Switch. Okay, that's awesome.
Wait, it was?
Yep, it's going to be on Switch.
London.
Oh,
that's great.
Hell yeah.
Music is a huge cultural touchstone, and when you're
Watch Dogs
working on a game
Legion.
that's set in a real place, it's something that you have to focus really hard on to make sure you get it right. When we asked Londoners who was
that's going to be a great game to have on
who
Switch.
would really reflect and
or as Kyle
underscore
would
the
say, you
themes
could
of
just listen to the
Watch Dogs
soundtrack
Legion,
now and have the better experience than
speaking
actually
up for
playing the
press
game,
and
which
giving
might be
them
fair. That
power
soundtrack
accountability.
is so good.
One name that came up.
It's Anamanaguchi
over
that did it, I believe so.
This guy went from
really?
freestyling in the London
I was
underground
listening
music scene to headlining at Glastonbury.
I
in
can
less
never
than
say.
5 years. He's
Just
had
call him the
massive
Gucci.
Critical and commercial success. He's been
morning.
on the cover of Time magazine.
weird.
He's won dozens of awards. And he really has used his voice to speak up and fight for social and political change.
Yo, Ubisoft forward, it's your boy Stormzy here, and I'm proud and honored to announce that I'm a part of Watch Dogs Legion. You lot are about to have your minds blown. What they have done in terms of recreating London is the most insane.
The backdrop and like the camera work is so much better than the audio quality. It's always weird when those are disconnected.
Sneak peek of some behind the scenes footage, and also of my brand new music video, Rainfall, which is going to be a part of the game. So.
Oh, people say Stormzy has the best accent, it turns out.
The excitement he phoned me with, I hadn't heard since I got booked for Glasgow. I was like, yo, bro, there's this game.
I'm getting bored of you boys. Flex on them
What
looking like the
is happening?
Big Mac, I was making all of the noise in the big fur jacket. That's the fault to your boy. They rate me, that's so blatant. When it's all the future, I'm that's so raven.
Is this a J.J. Abrams film? Hello.
Even when I make it rain, I make a statement. Let the rain fall on my enemies. Fall on my enemies.
How is this going to be in the game? Is this an intermission?
Fall on my enemies. Yeah, let the rain fall.
You know, you walk into the club and then it cuts to a cutscene.
Just a
and it very
4-minute cutscene.
seamlessly pans and transitions to
What
performing.
is happening?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I think it's like the right level of chaotic for me to be into it.
Yeah. People like it, even though they're confused in the chat.
It's a
Weird.
mission.
Just to say the magic works, kind of the Fortnitification of like, well, everybody needs new music in games now.
And like dance
Now it's
moves.
fallen into the hands of criminal organizations vying to control whatever's left. It's all gone to shit. Lucky for us, our underground
People say it's the
collective
next-gen
DedSec
version of Just
is here to
Dance.
build a resistance. But where do we start?
Just Dance has a lot
Look
of
around.
like extra
Hipsters,
features now when you play, I guess.
painters, construction workers,
Yeah, it's taking a hard
paramedics,
political
annoying
stance. I didn't
tourists,
expect it.
Grandparents? What do they all have in common? Any one of them could become your next playable hero and help you save the city. Let's do some recruiting, shall we? Well, this one looks promising. Let's hack
I
into
really
his
like this
profile.
narrator.
Ah,
Yeah.
a getaway driver.
I
He has a completely custom vehicle to make for
feel
a
like
fast
it's
exit.
like kind of silly.
And
Yeah.
an anti-chase ability, making him immune to those pesky chase drones. He can also hack vehicles to clear the way. That'll come in handy in hot pursuit. Well, let's see him in action.
I love the idea of like walking past someone on the street and they have like these very
Or how about
sophisticated,
Hacker could
specific
always be
skills.
useful. Thanks to her viral
Do you
hack
think-
They're just like a regular
her hacks
person.
propagate,
Right.
affecting
Don't you think everybody you walk
everything
by in the real world
surrounding area.
has
She'll
super
also
cool
can
skills?
electrify
It's like
enemies with
hacking
her
skills?
shock hack.
Yeah, or
You can
something.
steal access keys without needing to enter an enemy location.
They all kind of do. You know, most people
They
who
all-
walk by have like a job, so they probably have some specific skills. Like something
That's
would pop
true.
up if you had the Watch Dogs phone scanner thing.
I did. What would pop up for you, Ben, if you had the watch dog?
Nobody can listen to a podcast and stare out a window harder than I can. That is my default.
gives her a non-lethal way to take out enemies, and she has paint bombs that can disorient them.
She just likes paint. Just drowning them in paint?
So
Yeah,
how
I think
do you
so.
convince the people of London to join your team? Talk to them and find out what it takes to prove that your cause is worthy.
Tell me
She looks
what's
so
wrong.
concerned.
I witnessed Albion doing some peak shit.
These Clan Kelly guys, they've gone too bloody far. My friend's gone missing.
Don't worry. Let's say we'll find them.
That jacket's
After
getting
you
around.
help them, they will join your ranks and become the stars of your story. As you explore London, keep a lookout. Some of the most legendary recruits are not someone you just run into every day. Like this robotic beekeeper, Shelby. She can wreak havoc using her bee swarm. She also has a unique weapon, the Overcharger.
That's insane.
I feel like you'll be able to pick out like really good characters to take over as by like how ridiculous their outfits are.
Right.
Like you wouldn't look at her and be like, oh, okay, boring pass.
Yeah, but
you
like,
know?
there's no way the librarian's gonna be as cool as her.
City
Yeah.
if you want. Doesn't mean you should. Henry here's got low mobility, so he's not really fit for a mission that requires you to be nimble. And Mark,
Oh, poor
he's
guy.
a hitman. Seems like the perfect recruit. But if you're
job.
approaching a stealth mission, maybe you should keep an eye out for another hitman whose attributes don't include hiccups. No matter who you recruit, you can specialize each individual to complement your playstyle by choosing one of the many unlockable weapons and gadgets like the missile drone, the AR cloak, the spider bot. Yes, I did.
Those
say
legs are crazy.
Spider bot.
What do you think about like an emphasis
This is
of
your team.
finding
Make it
the right
way you
character
like.
versus
Recruit
like
skillful people,
leveling them
adapted
up,
for various
empowering
types of
them up?
missions.
It's just like
Do you
if you're
think you'll
gonna-
like that?
Grannies.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I
one's here to
mean,
judge.
I was talking about this kind of thing. I really like State of Decay, and so I like the idea of just finding somebody unremarkable, and it'd be like the equivalent of like leveling up the base pistol in a game.
Yeah.
You know, instead of trying to go for more powerful weapons. So I think there's kind of some appeal about going for the most boring character
Hello,
and
everyone.
then just
My
making
name
them
is
stack.
Lakeith Sleinaden.
Yeah.
I am the live producer on Watch Dogs Legion.
Live
On
producer.
behalf of the entire dev team, I want to send a huge thank you to all the fans for the love and support since our
Danielle asked, "Is Watch Dogs
Today, I'm
Pokemon
happy to
now?"
announce
Yes, it
that
is.
An old friend is coming back.
Right back. Is Aiden Pierce or something going to be in this? Is that where they're going? Yes, of course.
Maybe I'm just what the city needs. Are you ready for me, London?
Can you recruit him?
I guess.
You asked, and he's back.
No one asked. Not a single person asked.
Aiden Pierce will be a fully playable character in Watch Dogs Legion as part
Alright.
of our post-launch plans.
It's kind of fun.
Found them. Check them out. And that's not all. We're going to open up a whole new chapter in his story as part of our standalone DLC included in our season pass.
Hey,
Stay
chat,
tuned
who is the
and
protagonist for
welcome
Watch Dogs
to the
2?
Resistance.
Do you think they'll have their own season 2?
Everyone has a
I
good
didn't
reason
play
to
enough
join
of
the
that to remember.
resistance in Watch Dogs Legion. The fight for freedom begins on October 29th.
Marcus, they say.
Ubisoft Forward will be back in the upcoming months
People love
with more of
Watch Dogs
everything
2
you want to know
protagonists.
about our
Okay.
developing games. But before we go, here's one more thing.
Is this the last?
Maybe. Just Dance? Oh my god, Trials Battle Royale?
It looks like a battle royale.
Wait a minute. Steep Battle Royale? What are we doing?
It's ski guys. It just looks like Olympics battle royale or like extreme sports battle royale.
If this is
Extreme
Crew 3.
spelled with an X.
Yeah.
Extreme Royale.
Just call it Trials Steep Crew. Riders Republic. I wonder if it is those
My
devs.
name is Charlotte. I work in Ubisoft Annecy, and I'm a
Oh,
senior
no, it's not.
community
It's not the
developer.
Trials team.
Today,
Interesting.
I'm very excited to announce our new IP, Riders Republic.
Huh.
Riders Republic is a mass multiplayer game where you enjoy extreme sports outdoors together with your friends and the community. Our studio is known for its expertise on many multiplayer games, and there is a huge world to explore, so I'm very excited.
Great.
Riders Republic for me is about just killing it on dream terrain with the sickest extreme sports and doing it with other people. For Riders Republic,
That's
you
a vibe.
enter into this world with all these people around you.
The sickest extreme
which
sport.
gives you a
Just killing
ton of possibilities.
I
to
honestly
group up with them,
really
to
respect
challenge them,
anyone who uses
to
the word
experiment
sick
with different extreme
unironically,
sports,
because
on
I
different
tried
types of
to
terrain.
as much as I
You have
could.
forest,
You could do
you
it.
have
You
snow,
seem cool
you
enough.
have
I think you
sand,
could pull it
you have
off.
mountains, you have cliffs. It's amazing when you see all these people just flying around you, jumping off of jumps, jumping through gates. It's just it's one of those visions that you're like, oh my god, this game's crazy.
He's
this
like
game is that
hype.
next-gen social interaction game with a huge world and a lot of possibilities.
I still don't.
It's literally
what is
an
it?
extreme sports fantasy land.
Like, what's the camera
Our
perspective?
objective
Like,
was to really depict natural
Is it
places.
just
and,
third
We
person?
wanted to go for the biggest, the most impressive natural places in the world. So we decided
I think
to go to
he's
the US National
Matthew
Forest.
Fox.
What we did is actually stitching together 7 regions in a way that feels natural. But for each of them, we actually used
Yeah, White Mech
GPS
says it
data
reminds me of
so
that Criterion
everything you
game that they
see
showed at
stands
E3
there for
2014,
real.
where there's all sorts
And
of
I think it's gonna be
extreme
great.
sports, and it was just like a bunch of gray box
Our
stuff.
philosophy
It's
was
a,
to
it's a
be
good
able to
pull for
welcome
sure.
different kinds of players, let them enjoy the game the way they want, choose their setting, choose their sport,
Wow.
and let them go.
I
where
feel
they
like the
want to
chat
go.
would be really happy to know that I
We're
almost
very
brought up
excited to be
Fortnite
able
again,
to
but
reveal
then
it to the
chose
world.
not to.
So now I've got one more thing for you to check out. Enjoy it.
Okay.
All right, they just dropped the trailer. My moment of glory awaits.
Oh, they're announcing
Damn it, how
Goofy
do you
Movie
work this
2,
piece of junk?
the game.
They don't build them like they used to. Welcome to Riders Republic, Adrenaline Junkies. There are no rules here. But what's a republic without a constitution, am I right? Here's a
Yeah,
few
man.
truths about how we lay it down. We, the Riders, welcome
Just show
all
the
thrill
game.
seekers to the Republic.
It's Fortnite.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
I'm
right.
done.
It is.
I'm
No,
done.
it is.
Proponents of
It just
madness,
feels like
get ready
they
for
took
radness.
assets from
We,
every
the Riders,
Ubisoft
salute
game and shoved it in
the
one. Like, this is the most
rationality of
Ubisoft-y
irrationality.
presentation.
We, the Riders, say that friends who slay together stay together. Gather your best friends.
That should be the new motto of that.
Yeah, open every video. We feel. You slay together, you stay together. Okay.
I still want to know if this is Battle Royale.
If you ride,
I don't think
the
it
Republic will
is.
abide.
Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Or is it just... It's just going to be a racing game where there's just thousands of people around you? Uh-huh.
We, the Riders, insist that you do you always.
Oh, boy.
Outrace, out-trick, outperform. And gain some cred by sharing the magic with the rest of the Republic. We, the Riders,
Whatever happened to their roller derby game that Ubisoft announced?
Watching that
Last year? 2 years ago?
That was last year.
Okay.
Whatever bakes your cake.
Yeah, they've been quiet about that, and then Skull and Bones, obviously, for so long.
Be it road, freestyle, slopestyle, enduro, or downhill. As you grow,
Because that was
the
going to
trip
be
gets
like
so
their
slick, and it'll help you drop
Rocket
your
League-esque.
Yeah.
Like, it was, you know, sort of filling a void in their offerings. And
Right. Oh, Matt Sayer says it was in the pre-show. Wow, I'll have to go back and check that out. Thank you for the info, Matt.
Make a name for yourself. We never stop doing things.
A lot of people saying this is Steep with bikes, which, you know, I like parts of Steep. And Sierra Miller says they just said in the Kotaku article that Skull and Bones is getting reworked and being worked on. Okay. Okay, there we go.
Okay, yeah, some gameplay.
So, first person is an option.
The first gameplay we see, though, doesn't have any other characters in it. Even though that seems to be a focal point. But I'm glad Red Bull got their product placement in this.
It's true.
Because, like, if Red Bull wasn't in this game, I would question its authenticity.
There's no truth in this art. We're still running down this whole Constitution thing. We're still sticking with this theme.
Yeah, yeah.
Take
Hey.
the trails. Explore the land.
Oh, that's
Climb
nice.
the peaks. Roam the
jump a
natural
bear.
world. After all, it's bad manners to keep the mountains waiting.
Those paramotors? Well, it's big.
Yeah, these maps look really interesting. I mean, I don't know fully what I'm doing in them. I guess I'm fighting.
Yeah, they've produced like 10 minutes of video, but I still am confused about the base gameplay. It's just racing, right? Are we just overthinking this?
I think it's racing. Yeah.
Okay, and it's like Diddy Kong Racing where you just choose your vehicle?
We the riders guarantee a ton of insane contests.
I guess like you choose. But I imagine the map might vehicles might be specific to map.
Yeah.
But then he said we respect whichever way you want to grind. So.
Oh, you know what? We're being dumb. Anna, Max Johnner points out that if you're slaying together, you're staying together, and that's what the game's about.
What?
I didn't see it that way. All we need to know is that if you slay together, you stay together.
Okay. The first rule of the Constitution.
Yeah, we need to add that as an amendment in the U.S. Constitution, I think. All right.
Be curious to see, it is hard. You have so many different sports to get, the feel of everything.
Yeah.
Down well.
But I guess if they're pulling a lot of the tech from Steep for the snowboarding stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right.
Okay, cool.
Hey, cool to see new IP.
Be on the lookout for more updates on Riders Republic in the coming months.
Okay.
Today, you got the first in-depth look at Immortals Fenyx Rising. Caught a glimpse of Prince of Persia Sands of Time Remake. Got to fight off 7 evil X's in Scott
Pretty
Pilgrim
good show
versus the
overall,
World, the
Ubisoft.
game,
Yeah.
and witness the big reveal of Riders Republic, along with so much more.
Whatever that was.
You can expect more reveals and news in the next Ubisoft Forward. Be sure to
There's
stay
more?
tuned for the post-show, featuring a walkthrough of Immortals Fenyx Rising and a Roller Champions show match.
Oh, there we go. Roller Champions.
I really appreciate it when you get gameplay and extra info super condensed in the main show. You know?
Right.
Oh, this looks like post show now.
It is. What a weird interface. Okay, chat. What do y'all think? Scale of 1 to 10, how are you rating this show?
So reach out on social
If we're going to treat this as a mini E3 presentation, I guess. If you combine the two Ubisoft forwards together. We got a 7, we got a 2, we got a 7, we got an 7, 6. Oh my god, 7, 6. Looks like somewhere around 6.75 for an average. 6.5 maybe? I think that's fine. Dan K, interesting question, asked, what is a community developer? That is a position that I think only Ubisoft has, that they created, where it's not a community manager and it's not a developer. It is kind of the communication line between the community team and then the development team. So they're basically taking everything the community is saying and wanting, and then making sure the development team hears that, which is a very specific role, but it's a fun one.
Heavily inspired by Greek mythology. It's a tale of the gods told by the gods
Some
themselves.
bad fish just showed up here, so yeah, no need to judge. But if you had to just say a number between 1 through 10 bad fish, let us know what you
According
think.
to prophecy, Fenyx is the only one who can save the Greek gods from Typhon, the deadliest titan of them all.
I kind of just want to see how much gameplay they're showing here.
Yeah.
Mysterious mythical island.
Yeah, Dan K says that's basically a community manager. I think so, but maybe less of the actual tweeting and posting and stuff, and more just, you know, a middle person between the two. What? Easy Allies got hands-on with Immortals? Damn it! They do everything better than us. All right, I'll have to bug Ubisoft and see if we can get a demo of that, because I really want to check it out.
And his friends to unblock the air vents, or reignite the hearths of the forge.
Did you see like the
Both
little?
will lead us to
It's like
face
totally the Breath of the Wild
legendary
magnet thingy.
Yeah, it's like.
Let's go to the forge.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad about it. I'm happy to have more games
I
inspired by
know.
that, I guess.
That's my general reaction. Is just like, well, it's maybe it's lazy, but it's the kind of laziness that I really appreciate.
Yeah.
And I can't
During
even
her
say that
journey,
because
Fenyx
this is
will reclaim
obviously like
legendary
an
pieces of
impeccable map.
such as the
like,
wings of Daedalus seen here.
I
These
will
wings allow Fenyx to soar
happily play this
Your
game.
flying companion, Phosphorus,
I wonder
will
how
join
big
Fenyx
it'll
on
be
her
compared
adventures
to
as well.
Breath
More
of
on
the
that
Wild,
later.
like map-wise.
I mean, yeah, it's like I would say, of course, smaller, but then I mean, the history of Ubisoft and even this studio, it's like they're not known for their small maps. So
Yeah, and I feel like if you're going to
In Immortals Fenyx Rising, combat is an acrobatic,
look and
airborne,
feel so
over-the-top
similar to a game, you
mythological
might as well
experience.
do.
With her
That's like an
powers,
easy
Fenyx
thing
can
to do
dominate
differently. It's
these
just like, oh, we have a bigger map. It's such an easy like marketing point, you know?
Right, right. Weapon of choice. Fenyx wields 3
It looks
legendary
actually
weapons,
less stylized than the
ultimate
first
weapons
video.
for her godly abilities. That move was Athena's dash.
Got the damage numbers.
And now for a bit of Ares' wrath.
The combat looks more complicated than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
I'm almost, I don't know, maybe this is too, it's been so long since I played
Smashing the
Monster
ground
Hunter,
is
but
also one of his favorite attacks. Let's take a health potion just to be safe. Another chain of ability attacks and he's knocked out.
Derek W asked if it's coming to Switch.
Stunning
I
enemies
don't
provides an
remember.
opportunity to get in a lot of hits.
I don't think so, though.
I don't think so.
Now we'll finish the fight.
I can look it up
Hephaestus'
quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and look it up too.
Boom. When enemies are defeated, they shed adamantium, used to upgrade Phoenix's gear.
Adamantium.
Now that the fight is
I'm
done,
never
we can
gonna
make
be
our
able
way
to spell
towards the
Phoenix
rift.
Rising.
Rifts are
Fenyx.
tears in the veil
I'm never gonna be able to
underworld
not call it
Tartarus,
Gods and Monsters.
Typhon's realm. Vaults of Tartarus challenge your wit, logic, and
Oh,
dexterity.
it
and
is
are
on
also
Switch.
a place to combine your
really?
abilities and
Wait,
combat
let
skills,
me
solve puzzles,
Yeah,
see if
and
this
it
navigate
is.
your
Yeah.
surroundings.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeez.
Across dozens of vaults,
Cool.
we'll face a huge variety of challenges, where you'll need to mix and match your weapons and skills to overcome them.
This is a funky one.
Waiting at the end of
Is it
each
it
vault
sad that
is
my
a
reaction was like
lightning
it
bolt
almost
of
looks a little
Zeus.
bit too
Using their legendary
systems heavy
power,
and complicated?
Phoenix
Like
can
from that
upgrade
original
her
pitch, I was excited for just like another pretty streamlined, if you can call it Breath of the Wild streamlined, or it's kind of like it has a clean design, you know, and this seems to be a little bit clunkier, just with the amount that they're packing in, but
Yeah.
chests
No, I think
line
that's fair to
each
say.
vault.
Like,
Uncover them to seal
especially
the rift.
if you're, I don't know, like, I always appreciate simpler. This
On
is
the
just me
Golden
coming
Isle,
off like
Typhon's army
the
lurks around every corner.
heels of Crusader Kings 3. But now,
Yeah, exactly,
like,
yeah.
I
We all know
really,
where there are enemies.
I appreciate games that can just like be picked up and played.
Gliding with the wings
Yeah.
of Daedalus is always a joy, but we need to keep an eye on how much stamina we're using.
of course.
Since flying harpies can be a challenge to reach, we can use the bracers of Heracles to pull ourselves toward them to start
Crazy.
the fight. Oops, Phoenix needs to be careful with her stamina here. Potion will do the trick.
Yeah, people say it looks like Breath of the Wild. Derek says it looks like Breath of the Wild mixed with 20%
And
more
now on to the
complexity.
next
Yes, it seems to be
Yeah.
what it is here. People don't like
Like
the
the
HUD.
Cyclops, Minotaurs also love to use the environment to attack Phoenix. But with Heracles' bracers, we can grab
Yeah,
them
maybe
and
the
throw them
HUD.
right back.
You can kind of shrink it down,
We'll also
maybe
try
on
to
next
hit you
gen,
with
but
those
I guess
nasty
handheld for
horns,
Switch, that
slash
HUD
you
makes
with its
sense, but
claws.
who knows?
Perfect dodges.
And anyone
will
made a
grant
Kid
Phoenix some
Icarus
precious
joke
extra time.
yet?
I don't think so.
No.
Wide open territory for
Minotaur's
you.
charge can hit
Yeah,
pretty
if you
hard.
want to send us
Fortunately,
one,
Phoenix
I'll
has
read
some
it.
health potions.
Yeah, the Speak in Video Games is right. It definitely needs more James Brown.
With a few more perfect dodges, Phoenix will land some quick attacks. But let's finish this fight with the help of our companion, Phosphorus, to dive bomb the
Phosphorus, another fighting thing. Phosphorus, like the. Yeah, your Phoenix is named Phosphorus.
Let's see what they were guarding.
Cute.
The Golden Isle is filled with epic scale puzzles inspired by Greek mythology.
Inspired
Each
by
trial
Breath
will
of the
require you
Wild.
to discover, understand, and then solve the challenge. These trials are found scattered across the entire world, just waiting to be found.
Doink.
When completed, you'll earn coins of Charon to be used in upgrading Fenyx's skills and abilities.
Huh. It's like the Payne box from Dune or whatever that thing was. Come on, Dune fans, help me out. What was that thing called?
Now that we've put our wits to the test, let's move on to the next part of our quest. The first step to relighting the forge is to destroy some of the corruption that Typhon has spread over the Golden Isle.
People say it's called a Payne box. Okay, good. Thanks.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh. But that sounded too good to be true.
With corruption destroyed, we can use Heracles' strength to grab some coal
Oh,
and
so
put
that's
it in the
our
hearth to start the fire.
Heracles' strength?
This is just one of many ways to light the coal on fire.
Ooh, cool.
The hearth is now relit. But since a battle with the legendary automaton awaits us at the forge, let's head to our base of operations for some upgrades.
Yeah, it's interesting they emphasize like multiple ways to complete those puzzles even.
This
multiplicative
is
gameplay, as
the
Nintendo
gods.
like to call it.
It is where Fenyx will reunite the gods to defeat Typhon. All of Fenyx's progression and customization takes place in this central hub. At the River Styx Cistern, we'll spend coins of Charon to upgrade Hephaestus' hammer.
We're gonna have a lot of mythology because
for the fight to come.
Probably around this time we'll be playing a lot of Hades as well from Supergiant, the roguelike. So we are going to be very well equipped with Greek mythology by the end of the year. And then even Charon is in
Fenyx will need
Spiritfarer as well.
She can get.
Huh. All right, sure.
Getting swole.
With our new ability, restocked potions, and increased health and stamina,
This way,
we're ready for
Phosphorus.
this final fight.
That's cool.
Built by Hephaestus, but corrupted by Typhon, this automaton can
This
unleash
Typhon's
lasers
no
on
good.
Fenyx. To start
Alright.
things off right, let's use an attack potion to enhance
Clanking
Fenyx's
Automaton
weapons and abilities,
Lieutenant.
preparing her for
Video
the rest
game
of
101.
Athena's Dash and Ares' Wrath are all good choices here.
Chris Fader just arrived, wondering if you missed anything. Yeah, there's a whole presentation, but it was
automaton's uppercut is quite
lightish on gameplay. So this is actually
combo will knock
some of
you
the
right
media
out.
stuff we got here.
What's that yellow bar, I wonder?
Let's
know.
finish him off with our newly acquired ability.
Oh. Whoa.
Jesus.
And he's history.
People making a lot of Dark Souls comparisons, naturally.
Power has been restored to the forge.
Good job.
Proud of
Hephaestus'
you.
workshop is roaring back to life. Phoenix's
We love you,
job
Chibi
Phoenix.
Dark Souls. Chibi Dark Souls is a Hollow
seems
Knight.
Typhon has other plans. We're seeing Typhon's rage, which means he sent a corrupted fallen hero to track Fenyx down. This walkthrough was just a preview of the amazing journey Fenyx will experience in Immortals.
Danielle
Fenyx
says,
Rising.
"Don't know if I'll be able to handle another
Trials,
RPG
more
after
larger-than-life monsters, and more
Assassin's
adventures
Creed
await you on the
Valhalla, Cyberpunk,
Thank
and
you
Watch
for
Dogs."
watching.
This is
That's
true.
very
December
fair.
3rd.
Yeah.
That's like how many 100 hours of games? Just those three.
It's true.
It's like,
Have they said anything about this and just kind of like the structure of it? Maybe I missed it, but I'm still trying to get a sense of how open it is compared to Breath of the Wild. Nothing can be as open, but I'm wondering if it's going to lean in that direction.
it seems so. It looks like the world is much more like the biomes are separated from the gameplay they show.
Yeah.
So maybe you unlock.
Yeah, they said you can go anywhere at any time. Apparently they messaged that earlier.
And now that
Yeah, everything looks great except for the name. But honestly, even out of the games that Danielle said, Cyberpunk, Watch Dogs, Valhalla, I'm looking forward to this game the most. I know, it's insane. I think I am.
That's surprising. More than Valhalla?
Yeah, I've never been a huge AC guy. I like Vikings a lot, and so I'm excited to check it out, but oh my gosh.
Yeah.
For the past few
Hello.
months, the Roller Champions dev team has been working on the games with groups of players from
It's funny that her shirt's tied, but it's like just off camera, so it just looks like something's like tugging on it.
Pretty impressive plays in these workshops. And so, for your eyes only, here's one of the nail-biting match that we had, commented by one of its participants himself, Grant Haynes, also known
Perfect.
as Pickle
All right.
Platypus.
Let us know what you think about Ubisoft Forward, the
Hello and
entire
welcome,
thing.
skaters. My name is
Other
Fickle,
thoughts,
and today
Anna?
We'll be going over some gameplay footage provided by
That we haven't hit?
I'm just really, I want Beyond Good and Evil 2, but, you know.
Might be a while. I mean,
I think so.
yeah, Michel Ancel has not been seen, like the creator. He's been kind of out of the limelight for a while now. It'd be nice to see him come back. Obviously, I love the new Rayman game. And then, like, you know, all the fallout over Ubisoft not being the greatest company for its employees recently. It's amazing that Michel Ancel, like the creator of Beyond Good and Evil and Rayman, hasn't been brought up in any of those articles. Like, not that I know something, but just he's been around for so long, and if that entire kind of higher structure, you know, corporate level of Ubisoft is not the friendliest towards other employees and not very respectful, I'm curious to see if he'd ever be brought up in that vein, but who knows? But I assume you saw that thing on Twitter where Guillemot, the head of Ubisoft, had a 4-minute statement just talking about how Ubisoft is trying to get better as a company and holding people responsible and accountable. But people were also upset that it was not included in the main show, which is BS. Clearly, they should have just tacked it on at the beginning.
Yeah,
They're just trying to dodge it.
The show is 30 minutes. Like, you could have put on, you know, so.
Yeah, even just at the start of the pre-show or something, if you really want to soft pedal it, but the idea of just making a standalone tweet is kind of a cowardly approach overall. But hey, thanks so much for watching this with us. We appreciate it. We talk about a lot more games on this week's episode of the MinnMax Show podcast. You can find that in your favorite podcast app or on YouTube. Also, we have a new episode of our music podcast coming out tomorrow with video game music expert Emily Reese, who we had on the MinnMax Show a while ago. And so you can subscribe to our music podcast, which is now called Crossfade, no longer called MinnTracks, but it's the same podcast feed. So you can check that out, hosted by Matt Helgeson and all that fun stuff. Anna, anything you'd like to plug?
No, not right now.
Okay, that seems great. What about your Twitter account, Anna?
Oh, that's true. There's you can follow me at Pokachi, spelled Chee at the end, and you can catch me tweeting out random BS there. So
perfect.
Love
all
to
right.
have you there.
That's great. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody, and thanks for joining me, Anna.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Bye, everybody.